these brothers in Christ have to know who they are. For them to know who they are, they will adopt all these responsibilities. They will find qualities within themselves. They're like, okay, so I possess this. You know, I want my future spouse to be like this. And when you think about Proverbs 31, for me, it's not really a verse that I aim to be, because I don't aim to be a Proverbs 31 woman. If anything, I want to be Christ-like, and that's what we need to focus on. Yeah, it's well and good trying to aspire to be like a Proverbs 31 woman, but then that's like you're forgetting everything else God is going to tell you. God could be telling you, okay, yeah, this guy is your husband, but you haven't heard because, you know, oh, I need to read Proverbs 31 again, you know, I need to write all these notes about Proverbs 31, or, you know, hashtag Proverbs 31, what are people saying about Proverbs 31? It's like you're missing everything else God is putting in your way because you're so fixated on Proverbs 31 that you miss all your blessings because you're too focused on Proverbs 31. And I'm not here to, like, slay Proverbs 31. I think it's a powerful verse, but for me, I thought today I'd share it.
For 4 important things: being on fire for God and being filled with His Spirit and presence, knowing Jesus, so He's not just a stranger, He's not just a Sunday relationship, you know, He's an everyday person in your life. And also for Him not to, you know, not just to be that person that, you know, you see, I don't know, if you go to a Catholic church or, you know, where they have, you know, the images of Christ, not to just have that picture, for Him to actually be your friend and for Him to reveal Himself to you. So you know who He is, you know He is Jehovah Jireh, you know He's Jehovah Rapha, you know His names and what He's done.
So, my former pastor would often say that the church is like a sea with different species in it, all sorts from different backgrounds. Even the children of Israel, they were not all Israelites. Multitude came into it, and they're the ones that sort of were pulling back the people of God. God wants to do something. They're the ones that will stray them into doing things that is abominable before God. So understanding this, when you're in the church, you've got to understand that it's not everyone that say Jesus, Jesus. Jesus said, I will come into the kingdom. So all sorts are in the church. But when you understand the love of the Father, come what may, that faces you. Because trust me, the enemy will challenge you. He will do everything to pull you back. But when you understand that He loves you, that strength keeps you going. It pushes you forward. Because you know that the end of the story is better than the beginning. It's better than you.
Whereby, in order for you to love God, you need to receive His love first, because it's there for us. And the love of God is the only, like, purest form of love, because He is the source of love, because He is love. So, and like she said, you can't give something that you don't have. So when you receive that first, then you can express that to people.
And there's a reason why God gave us common sense. You've got cognition for a reason. Senses, you know, your sense of touch, smell. You've got your senses for a reason. You know, the senses that God has given to you, your sense of smell, your sense of sight and all that, they don't work in the spirit. They are for the earthly realm.
Hey, God bless you.
Fancy tea. Rest my case.
Fellowship is coming together as Christians to encourage one another through the gospel, worshipping God, and using our talents and our gifts to serve each other.
It could be in several forms. It could be having coffee with a friend, it could be over at a friend's house. But what makes a really empowering and fruitful fellowship is speaking about something that you all have in common. And in terms of Ladies Who Fellowship in the City, it's gathering together to learn more about the Word of God, to ask the big questions. What happens around Judgment Day? Why is sin so bad? Should I have to speak in tongues? Am I allowed to judge my sister or my brother? So it's asking the big questions in a very comfortable surrounding with like-minded women, and it's why I love it so much.
Only believe. Do not be afraid, only believe. Anything that you're doing, do not be afraid. Just believe what He is saying. Don't even look at their faces. Like it says in Jeremiah, when God called Jeremiah to go and speak, He said, do not even look at their faces. Because, you know, some people's faces can be quite intimidating, but God said, just look unto me. Do not be afraid. I have called you to speak. But this situation looks so scary and it looks so impossible. But God is saying, no, I'm telling you, go for it. Do not be afraid. Only believe my word, what I'm saying.
It's very easy to rehearse the praise names of God, but you need to have experienced Him to really, understand the power in, God my healer, God my provider, God my strength. Because realistically, when everything is good and you've got an influx of resources and ideas, you're just like, oh, God my provider. But when you're in lack, it's just like, no, but God, you're actually my provider. Like, I'm leaning in on you for you to provide like you did, for the children of Israel in the land of Egypt and stuff like that.
Transition to new levels in Christ, and the enemies actually want to do, okay, bring it on, and it's like, sometimes I just wish just get on with my life. But the beauty of it is, despite him being there, what does God do? He comes over, he's like, right girls, I've got your back, you're precious in his sight, I've got grace, both Gentiles and Jews, I want you all, I love you, I love, be like me. And he's like, he goes to fellowship on a Saturday, he puts it into his heart and get a couple of girls together and go eat. Girls love to eat, we love to chat, what we're doing. But during this, we're all sharing and speaking, so we're fighting. Like, this is our fight, this is our warfare. Not every day praying in tongues fire, sometimes we just have to chat.